Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of all the corporate jargon so you don't have to. Today, we're diving into TheRealReal's latest annual report, and trust me, the drama in this report is more real than any handbag they're authenticating, so buckle up. We are going to check on TheRealReal, the luxury consignment store, to see how they fared and whether they are making real money or just pretending. In this episode, we break down their yearly performance and if you should worry about them. For the year ended December 31st, 2024, TheRealReal reported a net loss of $134.2 million. That sounds like a lot, but remember, it's not always about making money. Sometimes it's about, well, we will get to that. TheRealReal operates like a middleman, connecting people who want to sell their luxury items, consigners, with buyers looking for a good deal. It's like a fancy online garage sale. They make money through commissions, charging a percentage of the sale price of those luxury items. Their top sellers include brands like Cartier, Chanel, and Hermes. They also operate retail stores, smaller stores in neighborhoods with a lot of potential customers, and larger flagship stores in LA and New York. The company focuses on providing a trusted experience for people who want to buy these pre-owned items. They authenticate every item. They make sure that it is real so that buyers trust them and buy more. They make consigning super easy. They make it really simple for people to give them goods to sell, offering services to pick up items from people's homes. So over 80% of their business, meaning most of the value of goods they sell, comes from people that use them over and over. Buyers also love them, so there's about 1 million active buyers and they keep coming back, with about 88% of the value of goods sold coming from these repeat customers. To make things easier and more efficient, TheRealReal relies a lot on tech, using artificial intelligence to figure out pricing, copywriting, and even editing photos of items that get sold. There's also a trend. Most of their business tends to happen towards the end of the year, in the fourth quarter between October and December, because that is when people are getting ready for the holidays. Now let's talk about what could go wrong or the risk factors. One big risk is profitability. TheRealReal has a history of losses, and if they cannot make money, they will go out of business. Another risk is saving money. They implemented a savings plan a little while back, but there's no guarantee it will work. They might not be able to manage the stores they have very well. Also, if they try to grow internationally, that could cause a whole host of new problems for them, as they need to manage and adapt to different laws and regulations and customer preferences. If they cannot get enough people to give them goods to sell, then they cannot run their marketplace. They need to retain those sales professionals, the people who go and get luxury goods from consigners. If they lose those people, then that would be a big problem. Their industry is super competitive and is exposed to something called consumer discretionary spending, which put simply means that people will buy luxury items when the economy is doing well, but if a recession happens, then they might not. If their authentication is inaccurate or unreliable and they are selling fake goods, they will lose business because nobody wants to buy a fake luxury item. They need to hire, train, and keep very specialized people. For example, they need people who can authenticate expensive and rare luxury goods. It's hard to find, train, and keep those people, and their operations depend on those skilled employees. They rely on third parties to host their website and to process payments. If those things fail, that would be a big problem for their operations. They are also at risk from cybersecurity threats, which can cause them to lose money. They need to manage their workers. If they have labor disputes or their employees decide to join a union, then their operations can be adversely affected. They also have to deal with intellectual property, meaning copyrights and trademarks. If they cannot protect those, that would hurt their business. TheRealReal is involved in lawsuits right now. One notable lawsuit is with Chanel, a very famous brand. If TheRealReal loses, that could hurt them a lot. Also, they are in the process of fixing issues with the Securities and Exchange Commission regarding past reports. Their stock price might go up and down a lot and be difficult to predict. This is largely outside their control. They have a lot of debt and may incur more in the future, and this can be a big risk to their financial state. Now, switching gears to the good news, TheRealReal employs over 3,000 people and is guided by a mission to extend the life cycle of luxury goods. Their goal is to be socially and environmentally responsible, with the board overseeing these matters. To help with those efforts, they have a sustainability task force looking at ways to reduce their environmental impact, focusing on employee well-being and working conditions. This also includes supporting diversity and equity to promote a safe workplace. Let's get into the actual numbers. Revenue from consignment, so people giving the RealReal items to sell and them taking a cut, increased by 14% to $473.4 million, but direct revenue, so items that the RealReal bought and sold, decreased by 18% to $64.6 million. Shipping revenue increased by 15% due to shipping fee per order. Cost of revenue decreased by $4.3 million to about $53.8 million due to decreased costs. Marketing expenses decreased by 5%, spending less on advertising, it seems. In 2024, they spent 43% of total revenue on operations and technology, which is down from 47% the year before. Looking at cash flow, operating activities resulted in a cash inflow of $26.8 million, which is a good sign. There was a use of $25.6 million in investing activities for equipment and proprietary software, and a cash use of $4.8 million in financing activities, mostly due to debt issuance costs. They ended the year with $172.2 million in cash. The company is in a difficult financial position, as it uses debt instruments such as convertible senior notes and indentures, and they have to account for them every period in the financial statements. Any change in valuation can materially impact the reported financial results. The RealReal continues to integrate artificial intelligence, but it is difficult to anticipate how the use of this tool will affect future revenue, and this tool may also be harmful if used incorrectly. Okay, to wrap it all up, the RealReal is in a tough spot. They are trying to grow revenue, but they are dealing with profitability, lots of debt, and a bunch of economic factors outside of their control. The numbers show some improvements, but there are a lot of risks that could affect the company. In my opinion, the RealReal is moving in the right direction by focusing on sustainability and efficient use of AI. However, the path to profitability remains difficult. The risk factors related to authentication accuracy, the overall global economy, and use of debt may prove difficult to manage. The luxury resale market is growing, so if the RealReal plays their cards right, they might just make it. Thanks for tuning in to Corporate Decoder. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and let me know what company I should decode next. See you in the next one.